in this video we are having a look at a couple of features within Publisher. Publisher is a package that isn't used quite as much by people. The reason for this is a lot of people don't actually know much about it, and some people actually just prefer to use Word. However, sometimes when creating newsletters or posters, Publisher can be a slightly more user-friendly package to use. The couple of features we're going to have a look at are to help you when creating documents within Publisher. The first one we are looking at is how to actually select objects within the publication. Typically, the way you would normally select multiple objects is to select one, hold down the Control key on your keyboard and select the next object you want highlighted. You'll see now I've selected 3 objects on this screen that I could then move around or delete if needed. Within Publisher though, there is a slightly easier way to select more than one object. To do this, you can click and drag outside of where the object is and select over the objects you want highlighting or selecting, and it will then do so. Now you'll notice on the screen in front of you it only selected a certain amount of objects. The reason for this is that you do have to make sure you put your mouse before any of the objects and also after. The reason why I did not select this box here is because, as you'll see, the box actually finishes over on the right hand side. That is something to bear in mind when you're using this option, when you're selecting multiple objects. So that's this first little feature within Publisher that I wanted to show you. The second one is something called character spacing. What this is, this basically just allows you to set the spacing between each character within your line of text. To demonstrate this, I'm going to select this little sentence here. Your character spacing option is found on the Home tab in the Font section of your ribbon. The button is just here, and you'll see when I hover over it, it does tell you it's called character spacing. Once I've selected on this object, you will see that there are a number of options you can choose from. There is of course more options you can select further down. By default it will always be set as normal, but I'm now going to just demonstrate how changing it changes how the text looks. Changing it to tight, you will see that there is less space in between each character. Changing it to loose, and you can see that there is a much bigger gap in between each one. Now this option can be very useful when you're creating newsletters and posters, as it will affect how the text appears if you wanted to look a certain way. So these just couple of little useful features within Publisher might help you if you want to try using it instead of Word for when creating different publications for work or for personal use.